welcome everyone here tonight to Williamson County Public Library, and I'm very pleased to introduce some good friends of mine, Mr. Billy Knight and Alex Lomartire.
Got it.
And we're going to entertain you all with some good music and a little bit of talk about his background and so on and so forth. Again, put your hands together and welcome this young man to Williamson County Public Library.
Well, first of all, Alex, welcome to Listen and Learn.
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah.
Williamson County Library, gracious enough to host this for us. I wanted to give a preface to your music. So often we have people come through and they think, well, I'll just do a few songs and I'll be on my way. But I like to have the backstory, add the backstory into it. And one of the most interesting things that I'm seeing today, the phenomenon that I'm seeing is the whole family will move here for one of them to take up music. Or, you know, if they're serious about it, you're the second or third one I've run into in the past few months that the family pulled up stakes and moved here. Yeah. Now that's commitment to me. I can't see how that puts any pressure on you. You know, you've got a lot of talent, and in the time that I've known you, I've come to admire your work, your music, your writing, and of course we've established somewhat of a relationship playing out together ourselves. Yep. And I'm looking forward to this weekend when we'll be entertaining some people. Tell me a little bit about why country music?
Yeah, so I'm originally from New Hampshire, so it's a long ways away from Nashville.
That was question number 2.
Oh, I already got to the chase. Well, it kind of goes back into it. So nobody up north that I'm friends with really likes country music. But so growing up, my grandparents lived with me and my sister and the rest of my family, mom and dad too, and I spent my summers with them. And my grandfather particularly, he was kind of a bad influence on me, but he had some good influences. We'd get in plenty of trouble.
It all, huh?
Yeah. Tell all. But he got me into country music. So he played all the greats. You know, your Johnny Cash's of the world, your Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard's, the George Joneses, George Straits.
He played himself. Did I understand?
No. He played
the radio.
I don't think if I have any musical talent, that it comes from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had an appreciation for it.
My grandmother wasn't about his talent, but he loved listening to music and all that. But so he got me into those artists, and I grew up in my earlier years in a small town in western Massachusetts. Small towns are everywhere, right? And they're up north, and the stuff that they were singing about, you know, was some of the stuff that I grew up with. And I remember, you know, I used to every summer I'd be out there with cousins or whatnot, just playing outside and doing that kind of stuff. And their music spoke to my life, and I think that particularly for country music, and I think why country music is well respected and well listened to is because it speaks to people's lives. And for me, that's what country music did. Yeah.
Well, I'd say that's a good analysis of country music. They call it 3 chords and the truth. Yeah. And I think that somewhat fits. So the culture here for country music is a little more flourishing than it would be back in New Hampshire, I guess. Yeah. You probably didn't have fiddlers conventions and bluegrass things going on the weekend.
Nothing like that. We had maple syrup conventions though.
Okay. So not that either one is good or bad, it's just different. Yeah. But for you to grow in country music, this is a good place. This is fertile soil.
Very much so, yeah.
For you to develop your writing and your future in music. Everybody that comes to music, fortunately and unfortunately, they do not make it. They do not come here and leave with anything other than disappointment. Maybe because the talent wasn't there, or the market wasn't there for what they had, or for whatever reason. I think Don and I, we had some statistics on it, like something like 1,000 a month come here. I've even heard it said 1,000 a week. I don't know. But I do know that there are a lot of people that come here hoping for the dream, doing exactly what you're doing, and they end up going home. There's a very small percentage of the people that come that would be what I call an unmitigated success, in that they're signed by a label, they've had a hit record, or they have a cut of one of their songs by a major artist.
Yep.
Something that places them in a mode of being able to make a living in music. To me, coming to this town and making a living with music, you're extraordinary. And I think you will. I really do. I think you've got some tremendous songs already in your quiver, and I expect more. And we'll get to hear some of them tonight. Yeah. I don't want to belabor the questions and answers, but I did want to bring out the two things about your whole family, man. They must love you to just pull up stakes and come here. And that says a lot for them and their commitment to you. Having that support system is important.
Very.
I speak to so many young people, for whatever reason, if you have gray hair, among the group of people, say we have at, say, Fox Salon or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
If you have a British accent, the assumption's immediate that you have a higher IQ than maybe their English-speaking counterparts here. Or if you have gray hair, that assumption's made. So I get a lot of questions. I don't have the British accent, but I do have some gray hair. And the questions are always, well, where do I start? What is the formula? And I have to tell them, there is no formula. Yeah. There is no game plan that, there's no roadmap to this.
Right. Yeah.
It is, you've got your machete and you're cutting through the jungle, finding your own path. The ones that succeed cut their own path. Mm-hmm. And I think you're doing that with the way you're approaching writing and performing. You take every opportunity to perform, and that's a big plus. That's what perfects, I think, artists. You ask anybody that has worked on the road with a major artist, and they'll tell you that it was the greatest blessing they ever had, because they played those songs so much until they were just basically sick of them, but they learned their skill. They learned their craft. They perfected their craft. Yep. And I'm not saying that's what you need to do. I'm just saying that's what is often done. Yep. And you will, I think, with every opportunity that you take to play out, you're going to develop that. Not that you're bad now. You're way ahead of me. So with that, let's get started with some music. I know you got some cover songs that I asked you to prepare, and you brought some of your original stuff.
Yeah, plenty of originals too. Yeah.
And I'm going to step aside and let you start. And all I ask is that you give them the backstory, where the subject matter came from for your original songs.
Yep.
What was the inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I can totally do that.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to get out of the way, and thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you, Billy. Thanks for having me.
I'm going to sit back and enjoy what you do.
Thanks, Billy. Well, as Billy said, I do originals, I do covers. Since I grew up with the older country, if you want to call it that, whatever you want to call it, it's the stuff I grew up with. I love it. Doesn't matter what it's called. It's country music. But in that spirit, I'm going to do a little song from the 90s called Should Have Been a Cowboy to get us going. I bet you never heard old Marshall Dillon say, Miss Kitty, have you ever thought of running away? Settling down, would you marry me? If I ask you twice and beg you pretty please, She'd have said yes in a New York minute. They never tied the knot. His heart wasn't in it. He just stole a kiss as he rode away. He never hung his hat up at Kitty's place. I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rope and ride. Wearing my six-shooter, riding my pony on a cattle drive, stealing the young girl's heart, just like Gene and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. Might have had a sidekick with a funny name, running wild through the hills, chasing Jesse James. Ending up on the brink of danger, riding shotgun for the Texas Rangers. Go west, young man, haven't you been told? California's full of whiskey, women, and gold. Sleeping out all night beneath the desert stars, dreaming my eye and a prayer, my heart. I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rope and ride. Wearing my six-shooter, riding my pony on a cattle drive, and stealing the young girl's heart, just like Gene and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. Yeah, I should have been a cowboy. Should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rope and ride. I'll be wearing my six-shooter, riding my pony on a cattle drive, stealing the young girl's heart, just like Gene and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. I should have been a cowboy. Yeah, I should have been a cowboy. Thank you, thank you. Whew. Can't go wrong with Toby Keith, right? Well, as I said, I am a songwriter. It's one of my favorite things is writing songs, and if you're gonna be in this industry, you gotta write songs. But I love 90s country. 90s country is one of my favorite things, and when I sat down to write this next one, I wasn't thinking I'm gonna write a 90s country song. Sometimes it's what the song needs. But I had this title that I was twiddling around in my head a little bit called "Hanging Over My Head," and I was like, "There's something I can do with that." So I had this just title, and this song kind of just developed into this. So I'm just gonna play it here. It's a little song called "Hanging Over My Head." 8 o'clock, I'm clocking in, giving everything I am to the man with a plan. He don't give a damn. He said, "Son, what kind of work is this? Get over here and fix it quick." And when I get home, I got a laundry list of things I didn't do, and damn, she's pissed. She said, "You didn't listen to a word I said. Now I got a million things hanging over my head. But tonight I'm going around this town to every bar who will serve me around. They say this ain't no way to cope. Well, tell that to my whiskey and coke. Well, heavy is the head that drinks the crown. But I need a little something to get me unwound. And when I wake up in the morning, there's hangovers hanging over my head." Then I
I'll do it all again tomorrow. I'm a man of constant sorrow. I'm not on the straight and narrow. Bank account is full of zeros. Well, nothing's ever gonna get done when I'm having so much fun. So tonight I'm going around this town. Every bar who serve me around, they said this ain't no way to go. Oh, tell that to my whiskey and coke. Oh, heavy is the head that drinks the crown, but I need a little something to get me unwound. I wake up in the morning, this hangover's hanging over my head. Everything's hanging over my head, over my head, over my head. Everything's hanging over my head, over my head, over my head, over my head, over my head. So tonight I'm going around this town. Every bar who'll serve me around, they say this ain't no way to go. Tell that to my whiskey and coke. Oh, heavy is the head that drinks the crown, but I need a little something to get me unwound. When I wake up in the morning, this hangover's hanging over my head. Over my head.
Thank you. It's just a fun song to sing, too. I just have so much fun with that one. Well, I'm not going to keep y'all just going originals back and forth, so I'm gonna do another cover here. I'm going on the 90s train today, but I'm a huge Brooks and Dunn fan, as everybody in the planet should be. This is one of my favorite ones by them. It's a little song called Red Dirt Road.
I was raised off of Route 3, out past where the blacktop ends. We walked to church on Sunday morning, raced barefoot back Johnson's fence. That's where I first saw Mary, on that roadside picking blackberries. That summer I turned a corner in my soul, down that red dirt road. It's where I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus. Where I wrecked my first car. I tore it all to pieces. I learned the path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learn that happiness on earth ain't just for high achievers. I've learned and I've come to know there's life at both ends, that red dirt road. Her daddy didn't like me much, and that shackled up a GTO. I'd sneak out in the middle of the night, throw rocks at her bedroom window. We turn out the headlight, drive by the moonlight, and talk about what the future might hold down that red dirt road. I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus. Where I wrecked my first car. I tore it all to pieces. I learned the path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learn that happiness on earth ain't just for high achievers. I've learned, I've come to know there's life at both ends, that red dirt road. I went out into the world, and I came back again. And I lost Mary, but I got her back again. Driving home tonight feels like I found a long lost friend. It's where I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus. Where I wrecked my first car. I tore it all to pieces. I learned the path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learned that happiness on this earth ain't just for high achievers. I've learned, yeah, I've come to know there's life in both ends. I've learned and I've come to know there's life in both ends. That red dirt road.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, got any John Wayne fans here? We got one. I have a few over here. Any Clint Eastwood fans? Okay. So we can all live in a world where people like John Wayne and Clint Eastwood. I love that. Well, this next song, I hope it doesn't blow that in the water, but I had this idea for a while ago. So I know if you're hearing the taping a little bit before, I was talking about my grandfather and him being kind of a bad influence on me. He wasn't a terrible influence. He was a pretty good guy, but he showed me John Wayne and Clint Eastwood when I was like 5-6 years old. I don't know if you should show that to a 5 or 6 year old, but that's neither here nor there. But I had this title for a long time, talking about the difference between Clint Eastwood and John Wayne, and how the two are kind of these two opposite sides of the Western film and that kind of style of movies and all that. And I personally, Clint Eastwood's my guy. I love his stuff. So, and I relate to him a lot, and the realness that he brought to that genre. And so this kind of next song came from this kind of idea of being more of a Clint Eastwood guy more than a John Wayne. So I'm just going to get right to it. It's a little song called More Eastwood Than Wayne. I hope you like it.
Granddaddy used to show me John Wayne films, fighting bad guys out in the western hills. I remember wanting to be just like him, 'cause he'd get that girl and he'd always win. But these days I'm finding I ain't like that, 'cause all love is blowing in the past. This morning I found out you were out on me. Guess I wasn't the cowboy you needed me to be, 'cause I'm more like Clint Eastwood in the rain, just trying to make it through the day. I don't have an ounce of remorse. Drive a Gran Torino before a horse. I ain't your white knight who's always right, barely win a single fight. I am good, bad, and ugly. It's why you ain't with me. Guess you found out today that I'm more Eastwood than Wayne. Some other guy would try to get you back, but now you know that I won't do that. So don't wait by your phone for a call, 'cause this old cowboy's pride won't fall. I'm more like Clint Eastwood in the rain, just trying to make it through the day. Don't have an ounce of remorse. Drive a Gran Torino before a horse. I ain't your white knight who's always right, barely win a single fight. I am good and bad and ugly. That's why you ain't with me. Guess you found out today I'm more Eastwood than Wayne. I hope you ride off into the sunset, and I want to thank you for bringing out my best. 'Cause I'm more like Clint Eastwood in the rain. It's who I am and that won't change. I don't have an ounce of remorse. Drive this Gran Torino before a horse. I ain't your why not who's always right. I barely win any fight. I am good, bad and ugly. That's why you ain't with me. I found out today that it's okay to be more Eastwood than Wayne. Thank you very much. Thank you. About another cover. We like that. I'm gonna do a little Eric Church song. I love Eric Church is one of my favorite artists out there. So it's not right if I don't do one of his. It's a little song called that he came out with on his last project called Hell of a View. I was no daddy's dream, was not your mama's prayer. I was your first and your last ticket out of there. And I caught your wings on fire when I smoked my Bronco tires out of that town. I'm good at rolling dice, no good at standing still. You like the thought of chasing life instead of dollar bills. We're living reckless, nothing to catch us, baby, but the ground. This ain't for everybody, toes hanging off a ledge like we got nothing to lose. It ain't always heaven, baby, this living on the edge. You holding me, holding you, it's a hell of a view. I paint with my old Gibson, you paint your purple sky. This town's a canvas, baby, let's paint it red at night. Go out like shooting stars, chasing what's in our hearts into the blue. This ain't for everybody, toes hanging off a ledge like we got nothing to lose. It ain't always heaven, baby, it's living on the edge. You holding me, holding you, it's a hell of a view, a hell of a view. We ain't for everybody, toes hanging off a ledge like we got nothing to lose. It ain't always heaven, baby, this is living on the edge. You holding me, holding you, it's a hell of a view, a hell of a view, a hell of a view, a hell of a view. Thank you. How about another original, yeah? Well, kind of similar to Hanging Over My Head, another 90s-ish style, but had this title called We'll Never Know, and it's I don't even know how I came up with this title. Sometimes when you're a songwriter, things just once you start writing a bunch and you start looking for stuff,
things start popping out at you that you didn't see before. First off, if you write all the time, you gotta start getting creative because there's only so much you can write about. So that's part of it. But this title just spurred into my head one day, and I thought, there's something there. I thought, you know what? Why don't I run with this and see where it goes? And I think it turned out pretty nice. But I'm gonna play it for you, and you can be the final verdict on that. It's a little song called "We'll Never Know." If I didn't go up and ask you what's your name, if I didn't go and try to buy you one more drink, would you have walked right out of that neon glow? I guess we'll never know. If you didn't check yes to that George Strait song, if you didn't dance on my boots a little too long, we'd be talking till that rooster crows. I guess we'll never know. When I think about who I'll be without you, girl, baby, I'll be living such a different world. I'll be clearing out top shelves, living in those whiskey spells, trying to win girls over with a line that sells. Lord only knows who I'll be holding close, but I guess we'll never know. If you didn't say yes to that ring on your hand, well, baby, I'd be such a lost man. But now we're saying all our do's and so, I guess we'll never know. When I think about who I'd be without you, girl, baby, I'll be living such a different world. Be clearing out top shelves, living in those whiskey spells, trying to win girls over with a line that sells. Lord only knows who I'll be holding close, but I guess we'll never know. When I think about who I'd be without you, girl, baby, I'd be living such a different world. And when I think about who I'd be without you, girl, baby, I'd be living such a different world. Be clearing out top shelves, living in those whiskey spells, trying to win girls over with a line that sells. Lord only knows who I'll be holding close. I guess we'll never know. Never know. Never know. Thank you. That's a fun one. I like it. I think it's about time I do something that's a little more, I guess, on the radio kind of thing. I'm not alluding to the song a little bit, but this is a guy now. Everybody probably knows him. His name's Morgan Wallen, but he's a great songwriter, great vocalist, all that. So I'm gonna do one of his, a little song called "Thought You Should Know." What's going on, mama? Something just dawned on me. I ain't been home in some months. Been chasing songs and women, making some bad decisions. God knows I'm drinking too much. And I know you've been worried about me. You've been losing sleep since '93. I thought you should know that all those prayers you thought you wasted on me must have finally made their way on through. I thought you should know I got me a new girl down there in Jefferson City, yeah. And she lets me fish whenever I want to. And I'm still proud of where I came from, still your only dang son. Can you believe I'm on the radio? Just thought you should know. I thought you should know. Thought you should know. Oh, by the way, mama, I didn't mean to ramble on you. How's everything back at home?
How's that garden coming? Is Dad still doing dumb stuff? And how'd he keep you this long? And I'm sorry that I called you so late. I just miss you, but anyways, I thought you should know all those prayers you thought you wasted on me must have finally made their way on through. I thought you should know I got me a new girl down there in Jefferson City, yeah. And she lets me fish whenever I want to. And I'm still proud of where I came from, still your only dang son. Can you believe him on the radio? Just thought you should know, I thought you should know, I thought you should know. And I know you've been worried about me. You've been losing sleep since '93. I thought you should know all those prayers you thought you wasted on me must have finally made their way on through. I thought you should know I really like this girl down in Jefferson City, yeah. Turns out she's a lot like you. And I'm still proud of where I came from, still your only dang son. The bus is leaving, so I gotta roll. Just thought you should know, I thought you should know, I thought you should know. I thought you should know, I thought you should know, I thought you should know. Thank you. Well, if you write songs, you're not just doing it by yourself, you're doing it with some co-writers. I don't know where my pick, but we'll find it sometime. But this next one I actually wrote this week with a good friend of mine that I've known since high school. His name's Andrew Grooms, and then another one, my friend's Julia Morey. We got together, and if you're a songwriter too, you know that titles and songs sometimes sit, and you might get a start on them, but you don't finish it that day, and you're just not clicking on that song until you get the right people in the room. And this day we had the right people in the room. We started this song. I started the song by myself. I wasn't clicking on it yet, and then they both came in the room, and the song kind of just took off. So I'm gonna play it right here. It's a little song called "For the Girl." Maybe she's a Bass Pro Shop hat, smoking on a red pad, driving around in her daddy's Ford. Maybe she's from upstate, catching rays on a lake, Bayline and Barbara tearing up that shore. Maybe she can make me a better man. So I'll put down a bottle of Lee's off the throttle, find the time to spare some time, break all the vices, I'm all up for trying. Ain't no hill too high to climb. If I had one and only midnights wouldn't be lonely, I'd be set for all my life. I'd even let her change my whole world. Yeah, I'd do all that for the girl. We could be the Joneses, have a little home with a grand caravan parked right outside. Or we could be the good times, karaoke late nights, out with some friends at a neon dive. Maybe we are part of a bigger plan. So I'll put down a bottle of Lee's off the throttle, find the time to spare some time, break all the vices, I'm all up for trying. Ain't no hill too high to climb. If I had one and only midnights wouldn't be lonely, I'd be set for all my life. I'd even let her change my whole world. Yeah, I'd do all that for the girl. think that she can make me a better man. And I'll stay searching for her. And until then, I'll put down the bottle, ease off the throttle, find the time to spare some time, break all the vices I'm all up for trying. Ain't no hill too high to climb. If I had one and only midnights wouldn't be lonely, I'd be sad for all my life. Hell, she could change my whole world. Yeah, I'd do all that for the girl. For the girl. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm a huge fan of Garth Brooks, as I'm sure as a lot of people here are. But I love doing this song. It's one of my favorite Garth ones. If you've been to a Garth show, you know that when he does this song, the place goes nuts, and he's just running around the stage. But I've got a little surprise at the end for you. I think you're going to like it. But it's a little Garth Brooks rodeo and then something at the end. His eyes are cold and restless, his wounds have almost healed. Does she give half of Texas just to change the way he feels? She knows he's in loves in Tulsa, and she knows he's gonna go. But it ain't no woman, flesh and blood, it's that damn old rodeo. It's the bulls and blood, dust and mud, the roar of a Sunday crowd. That's the white and the knuckles, the gold and the buckle, he'll win in the next go round. It's the boots and chap, the cowboy hats, his spurs and a lot of gold. The ropes and the rain and the joy and the pain, they call the thing rodeo. She does her best to hold him when his love comes to call. But his need for it controls a man, her back's against the wall. It's so long, girl, I'll see you when it's time for him to go. You know, a woman wants her cowboy like he wants his rodeo. It's the bulls and blood, it's the dust and mud, the roar of a Sunday crowd. It's the white and the knuckles, the gold and the buckle, it'll win in the next go round. It's the boots and chap, cowboy hats, his spurs and let it goes. The ropes in the rain, the joy and the pain, and they call the thing a rodeo. It'll drive a cowboy crazy, drive a man insane, but he'll sell off everything he owns just to pay to play that game. And it's a broken home and some broken bones is all he'll have to show. For all the years that he's spent chasing this dream they call rodeo. It's the bulls and blood, it's the dust and mud, roar of a Sunday crowd. It's the white and the knuckles, the gold and the buckle, he'll win in the next go round. It's the boots and chap, cowboy hats, his spurs and let it go. It's the ropes in the rain and the joy and the pain, they call the thing a rodeo. It's the broncs and the blood, it's the steers in the mud, and they call the thing a rodeo. Wow. And I left Oklahoma, driving in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. Going through Arizona, maybe on to California, where those people, they all live so fine. My baby said I was crazy, and my mama, she called me lazy. I was gonna show them all this time. You know I've been through it when I set my watch back to it. Living on the toast of time. Living on toast of time. Living on toast of time. You know that I've been through it when I set my watch back to it. Living on the toast of time. There I was in Hollywood, wishing I was doing good, talking on the telephone line. They don't need me in the movies, and nobody sings my songs. I guess I'm just a waste of time. But then I got to thinking, well, I'm really sinking, and I really had a flash this time. And I had no business leaving, and nobody would be grieving if I went on back to toast of time. Living on toast of time. Living on toast of time. You know that I've been through it when I set my watch back to it. Living on the toast of time. One more time here. I'm living on toast of time. I'm living on toast of time. You know that I've been through it when I set my watch back to it. Living on the toast of time. Thank you. Now, if you didn't know, that was a little Don Williams at the end. How many more I got? A few more? I love it. I love it. All right, we'll keep it going. Love it. Love it. We'll keep it going. Well, I am in the studio. Oh, I was in the studio. We just got done actually cutting a few tunes. This next one I'm gonna play. We just actually finished doing, which is awesome. I got the I guess final rough mixes before they go to mastering, which is cool. It's a really cool process just seeing your own songs kind of come to life in the recording process. And if you've been in Nashville and you know the people and the players in Nashville, they take something that's I could have wrote in my bedroom with a guitar and a vocal, and they make it into something completely different and better. So I have my hats off to all the national musicians out there, but this next song is a little special to me. I didn't write it about anybody in particular. Everybody asked that, but one day I was actually in a class at Belmont. I'm a student at Belmont, and it was an elective class I had to take. It was a film class, so I was sitting there, and we had to watch this movie called A Beautiful Mind. And at the end, I think Russell Crowe's character says, "You're all my reasons." And I thought, "Whoa, that right there is something I could use." So that's kind of where this next song came from. And I'm just going to go right here and play it. It's a little song called The Reason. And it's coming out August, so be on the lookout for that. Lately I've been trying to mend this broken fence, and it's been so long since I've let somebody in. But I guess with you, I don't need them. Because you let my horses run. I finally remember the taste of love, and it's as wild as I used to be. You're the reason that I'm still trying. You're the reason that I'm still fighting to keep my head above the clouds and fly. You're the reason. And baby, you are so beyond the logic, and you're living proof that this was all by design. And you and me, we create the perfect line. Oh, you're the reason that I'm still trying. You're the reason that I'm still fighting to keep my head above the clouds and fly. You're the reason. When I don't have any of the answers, when I'm running out of time, everything I need, I see it in your eyes. With you I have all that I need to know, and I've stopped my search for some pot of gold, because you were always at the end of my rainbow. You're the reason. Thank you. Well, I got word that we got time to keep going, so I'm going to keep going. Well, I'm a huge fan of this next artist I'm about to cover. He's not as well known as I think he should be, but the dude just has some of the best songs I've heard in a while on country radio, and he's got a voice that can fill out an Nissan Stadium. His name's Cameron Marlowe. And this next song he wrote called We Were Cowboys. It kind of describes my life with my cousins I grew up with in the western Massachusetts and the mountains there. So I'm going to play this song. It means a lot to me. And I hope that the writers of that song know that. But it's a little song called We Were Cowboys. Daddy watched John Wayne on a corduroy couch. Didn't know Texas from a hole in the ground, but he rolled me in. That's where it all began. A stick was a rifle, a bullet was a rock. Good guys won and the bad guys lost. We climbed them trees. We were wild and free. Me and my buddies ran that town. We were cowboys, running like wild horses that couldn't be tamed. Cowboys, didn't know nothing, but we knew everything. We never made it eight, never won a buckle, but man, we were something. When I turned 16, my saddle was the front seat of that 1993 Silverado on the dirt road. And I was Eastwood cool with a Marlboro red, Aztec blanket in an 8-foot bed, earning bragging rights every Saturday night. Them small town girls couldn't help but fall for us. We were cowboys, running like wild horses that couldn't be tamed. Cowboys, didn't know nothing, but we knew everything. We never made it eight, never won a buckle, but man, we were something. We were cowboys. We were cowboys. We were cowboys, jumping barbed wire fences and rope in the wind. Cowboys, now ain't a thing's changed since we were kids. We were cowboys, running like wild horses couldn't be tamed. Cowboys, didn't know nothing, but we knew everything. We never made it eight, never won a buckle, but man, we was something. Wouldn't change nothing, couldn't tell us nothing. Man, we was something. Damn, we was something. cowboys. We were cowboys. Thank you. I got 2 more in me. Yeah, yes, sir. Well, so as Billy and we were talking about before I started singing, I am from the Northeast. So I've lived in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. So if you know anything about the Northeast, you can go to pretty much all the, I don't know, 6 or whatever, how many states are in New England. I don't even know. I don't even remember anymore. I moved away from there. But anyways, if you know anything about there's the coast, and you can drive, I don't know, an hour anywhere, and you're by the Atlantic Ocean. So this next song kind of stems from that. I had this idea of East Coast time and how, you know, I love the East Coast, and I love where I'm from. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's a little bit too fast for my liking, and that's kind of why I moved to Tennessee and Nashville. I love the culture down here, but I have this idea of how, man, things are so busy up there, and sometimes, you know, people come into your life and they go up there and they're gone forever because it's so busy. So I'm gonna get right to it. It's a little song called East Coast Time. That sea salt summer sent her off to Jersey Beach. Said she'd only be gone for a couple of weeks. Just a girl from Tennessee, never thought she'd ever leave. Like Central Time ain't a volunteer like me. But she met a boy who had it all together. I guess she thought that he could treat her better. And now I'm waiting on a text from a soon-to-be ex that will never get sent. She used to like sitting on her front porch with me, just talking and rocking and shooting the breeze. Didn't have a single care. It was us, she'd swear, that we go together in those chairs. Now she's giving her life to a Wall Street guy, living in a high-rise in the sky, a place where it's damn busy. She runs around that city. I doubt she ever even thinks about me. She used to be on mine, but now she's on East Coast time. I guess my horses couldn't run fast enough to keep up with her Mustang kind of love. Back at home, we talk about how damn fast that she tore out. And now I'm waiting on a text from a long gone ex that will never get sent. She used to like sitting on the front porch with me, just talking and rocking and shooting the breeze, and have a single care. It was us, he'd swear, that we go together in those chairs. Now she's giving her life to a Wall Street guy, living in a high-rise in the sky, a place where it's damn busy. She runs around that city. I doubt she ever even thinks about me. She used to be on mine, but now she's on East Coast time. And I'm still waiting on a text from a long gone ex, and it'll never get sent. She likes sitting on the front porch with me, just talking and rocking and shooting the breeze. Have a single care, it was a she'd swear, how we go all together in those chairs. Now she's giving her life to a Wall Street guy, living in a high rise in the sky, a place where it's damn busy. She runs around that city, I doubt she ever even thinks about me. She used to be on mine, but now she's on East Coast time. East Coast time. East Coast time. Thank you. Well, I got one more song. I'm gonna end on a cover for y'all, but I want to first thank y'all for having me, Billy, and setting this up. It's been a real treat just being able to sing my songs for people, and cause I just love playing. I love it's the artist in me. I love coming out here and playing these songs. It's part of who I am, and the covers too. It's just these are songs I grew up listening to, and I still listen to now, and it's a real treat to just be able to keep playing them. So thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for having me, and I'm gonna finish off here. A little Cody Johnson, Till You Can't. Tell your old man you'll do some largemouth fishing another time. Just got too much on your plate, bait and cast a line. You can always put a rain check in his hand till you can. And you can keep putting off forever with that girl whose heart you hold, swearing that you'll last someday further down the road. You can always put a diamond on her hand till you can. If you got a chance, take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it, 'cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can, till you can. There's a box of grease and cards sitting in the trunk of that 65, waiting on you and your granddad to bring it back to life. You can always get around to fixing up that Pontiac till you can. If you got a chance, take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it, 'cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong, as close as you can, till you can. Take that phone call from your mama, just talk away. She'll never know how bad you wanna, till you can someday. And don't wait on tomorrow. Tomorrow may not show. Say your sorries, your I love yous, 'cause man, you never know. If you got a chance, take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it, 'cause a dream won't chase you back. You're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong, as close as you can, till you can. If you got a chance, take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it, 'cause a dream won't chase me back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold on as long and as strong and as close as you can, till you can. Till you can. Yeah. Take it. Thank y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lomartire.
You got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for coming out tonight. And again, it's been a while. We've tried to hit and miss. We had COVID coming in and all that stuff, but we're going to try to get back on track here. And again, I appreciate you big time, man. Put your hands together one time. Thank you, Genevieve, for Williamson County Public TV, and Jeffy Nicholson. Thank you so much, Williamson County Public Library. And I'm Don Swartz, Southern Trace Songwriters, and this is the Listen and Learn concert series. And again, I want to thank my good dear friend Billy Knight for helping me put this together. Like I said, I'm running a little slow. Anesthesia doesn't get out of my system as fast as it used to. But anyway, as I always finish every show, is I'm Don, I'm done. Y'all safe travels. Good night.